Thank you, Mr. President. Oh, the unimaginable cruelty of this bill. 15,000 Minnesotans, and that's 15,000 right now. Because I said earlier, they're making more immigrants undocumented every day, trying to take away birthright citizenship. It's 15,000 today. Hey, who knows how many it will be? 6 months? In a year? This is a shameful day. It was brought up by the bill author that Minnesota stands out here. We're the only state. I am proud to be the only state that sees immigrants, regardless of their status, as full people who deserve health care and to live and not suffer and die. I am proud of that. And we will remember this day, Minnesotans will remember this day, that while Republicans in Congress are working to kick 15 million people off of Medicaid, Republicans in Minnesota got there first to kick 15,000 off. This is not happening in a vacuum. The author can dress this up about an economic argument, and I hate having to turn people into economics to make other people care about their existence. But we will remember that while masked gangs raided elementary schools and kidnapped students for writing op-eds and disappeared toddlers and high school students who coach volleyball and play in the streets with their friends while they trafficked kids with cancer and arrested U.S. citizens, that the Minnesota Republicans' #1 priority was to take up that mantle of cruelty and inhumanity and bring this vote to the floor. That when the mom who's getting dialysis loses her health care and her kidneys start to fail and the toxins build up in her body and the fluids amass and it makes it hard for her to breathe, and then she will finally go to the ER and her kids will miss school and band practice and tests to sit there and hold her hand and weep while her body shuts down. And after she has died and she is buried, her kids and her husband and her community members, her church, they will be able to look at that board and they will be able to see who did it. When the construction worker who's building houses in Owatonna hurts his back and he can't see a doctor and he can't afford a PT and he wastes away in a recliner every day, unable to pay for his family, and they lose their housing, they can look at that board and see whose fault it is. This is grief, it is rage, and the only modicum of relief I have from this is that this vote is public, and it will live on. People will ask us, what did we do at this time when people were getting disappeared and trafficked to detention camps in third countries that no one's ever been to? They will ask us what we did. That board, that's what we did. My grandfather he was in World War II, and I remember learning about World War II, and I remember asking him, what did he do about the bad people? I was really young. And he said, baby, I fought him. He pointed to his Purple Heart. Some of us in this room will be able to show our kids videos, or our grandkids, or our great-grandkids. Our descendants will be able to pull up these videos and see what we did here today. But for those of you who are part of the badness, you better start practicing your explanation right now. This is 15,000 people today. It could be 30,000 in 6 months. Mr. President, I don't often bring my faith into things. It's something that is strong. I lettered in Fellowship of Christian Athletes in high school. It has long been a part of my life. I prayed with my pastor this weekend, and we read Matthew. For the king will answer them, truly I tell you, just as you did to the one of the least of those members of my family, you did it to me. This is a horrible day. This is a horrible priority. It's a horrible thing to do to people. To call them illegal, to say they don't matter, to say that their taxpayer dollars somehow don't exist, that their families don't matter, that their pain and their suffering doesn't matter. I have taken a lot of votes that I like. I have taken votes that I don't like. I have never taken a vote that asks me to rip away people's life and dignity their humanity. This is not happening in a vacuum. I don't even know how to strongly say anymore we should not do this. This is not a political game. These are people's lives. People will die. There's a reason the rural hospital associations oppose kicking 15 million people off of Medicaid. It's because it will devastate those hospitals. What do you think will happen to the hospitals in Minnesota when we take away Medicaid from people? We should not do this. And of course, there's a contingency plan right in the next bill that if we don't do this, that the Minnesota Department of Health won't get funding, that no health funding for the entire state of Minnesota, a shameful priority. And we shouldn't do it, Mr. President. I urge members to vote no.